What's up, guys? PowerManiac720 here, and I have for you today round 2 from the West Hartford Premier Challenge that I attended this past weekend. So round 1 I will not be uploading because the person that I battled does not want it uploaded. It was Aaron Trailer. He's trying some stuff out, doesn't want it on the internet yet, which I'm fine with, no big deal. But I did win round 1, so 1-0 at this point, and I got matched up against Chua, aka Paulitoed, one of the best players in the game today. I play him constantly on Battle Spot. He's always at the top of the ladder. And I always lose to him on Battle Spot, so I was pretty concerned, especially because I saw he brought his rain team, which I really have trouble beating, especially with my Sun team. So I lead Terrakion and Salamence, and I bring Sun in the back, and he leads Paulitoed and Kingdra, so he immediately brings the rain, which I'm fine with. Of course, my goal here is to eliminate the Paulitoed, because if I can eliminate Paulitoed, this match is pretty easy for the most part, just because with Sun up, his team, with Sun up, his team's very unthreatened. It didn't threaten me very much. I mean, Kingdra's an easy 1-hit KO with Ments. So as you can see, Ninetales comes in immediately. And he withdraws Paulitoed, which is smart, because of course he needs to conserve his Paulitoed. And he sends in Gengar. So I just Mega Evolve my Ments right off the bat, and I end up protecting it because, of course, I don't want to take a Draco from that Kingdra, because, of course, without Salamence, this match is pretty rough. So I protect, and he just goes for the Draco, like I said, and he ends up withdrawing the Kingdra, which, makes sense. And he switches Paulitoed back in. So at this point, I need that Paulitoed gone. And he actually Mega Evolves the Gengar, which I was very surprised to see, but it makes sense because, of course, it was the only Pokemon on his team that could Mega Evolve, so I should have realized that. So I go for the Heat Wave, trying to break Gengar's Sash, and he double voids. And then I go for the Double Edge as well into Gengar. I was just trying to double up and KO it so that it wouldn't Will-O-Wisp me, but that worked too. So the miss didn't matter too much. He sends Kingdra back in, which of course is very threatening. Here, I kind of thought he would expect me to protect, and he'd go for the Ninetales spot. So I actually don't protect, and I go straight for the Dragon Claw. Fortunately for me, unfortunately he targets Salamence, but fortunately he actually misses the Draco Meteor, which worked out really well for me because then I'm able to KO his Kingdra. And I think in that position, if he had Draco'd me, the game definitely would have been a lot harder to win, but I definitely think that I had, a much better chance of winning. So Paulitoed just protects. And of course, at this point, he's down to, 4v2. So I go for the Fake Out and the Double Edge on Paulitoed to no avail, as he actually uses Hidden Power Ice with his Thunderous, which, is easy KO on Salamence, especially when I wasn't at full health. So I sent in Ninetales. Now I reset the rain to make it Sun, which is incredibly helpful. And I think at this point I have the match pretty much locked up. So I just go for the Heat Wave and the Leaf Blade, but Paulitoed actually gets out the Double Protect, which at this point is pretty much his only hope. And he just goes to the Thunder Wave right onto Shiftry. But yeah, Leaf Blade into Protect, Heat Wave into Protect, but I also am able to at least hit the Thunderous for pretty good damage. But as you can see, Thunderous is just so bulky, and he takes that really well. So I shift out Shiftry. Try that 5 times fast. Expecting an HP Ice into that spot. So I go for another Heat Wave, and I bring the Thunderous down to its Citrus Berry, very low health. So another Heat Wave will knock it out. As you can see, it does nothing to Paulitoed because Paulitoed is just so bulky. So he goes for the Hidden Power as I expected onto that spot. And Terrakion takes it very well. And he also ends up going for the Scald onto that spot as well, which I had a Lumberry anyway, so it wouldn't have mattered if he had burned me. But so he recovers some more health with leftovers. And so he goes for a Thunder Wave onto my Terrakion, but I have the Lumberry, so at that point his only hope was to pray for Parahacks, and luckily he didn't get any. So I go for yet another Heat Wave, and he actually avoids it with Thunderous, which was a little scary. And I actually burned the Paulitoed, which, it doesn't matter at this point, because Rock Slide's going to knock out Thunderous, and of course Paulitoed can't beat, Thunderous, Ninetales, and Terrakion by itself, especially with the Sun up. I'm sorry, Terrakion, Shiftry and Ninetales. So he just calls Terrakion again. And doesn't get his burn. So I get a Heat Wave burn. He couldn't even get a Scald burn, which kind of sucks. So, I mean, I definitely won this match because of the Draco miss, and he forced at that point. I still think I would have won either way. I mean, it probably would. I think it would have been a lot more 50-50, but I think at that point in the match, if he Draco'd, then I can just switch in, and I would have. I don't know. It would have been a lot tougher. I mean, he probably still would have won because he's Paul and he's really good, but I still think I was in pretty decent position at that point. I just would have had Shiftry Ninetales to KO the Gengar instead of Mence, but not the Gengar, the I guess it really wouldn't have mattered very much at all. Obviously it mattered, but it wasn't game deciding. I don't think. I think I still had a pretty good chance to win. But so hopefully you guys enjoyed this match and stay tuned for round 3.